Alright, welcome back everyone. We are here for another tutorial on how to do assignment 2 for those year 3 students out there. Alright, so I'm guessing that first thing you need to do is do a Scratch program first. Alright, so go to Scratch. You can download the Scratch program when there's no internet. So go to Scratch. Okay, what you need to search is Scratch 3.0 and then go to download. Okay, they also have it for Mac OS and also Windows as well. So if you want to download, you can go to direct download right here. Here's the link. So once you have downloaded it, you can now install it. Okay, so let's say you're installing it for everyone on this computer if you have all users. I'm gonna install it for me. Install. Alright, so finish. Alright, now we're gonna make this bigger. So what we're gonna do is we have opened our Scratch project. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna upload sprites and also draw our own sprite. So we don't need this cat sprite anymore. So let's just delete it. We're gonna draw our own. So move your mouse to the cat button. Don't click on it. Alright, so we're gonna go to the paintbrush so that we can draw our own sprite. First things first, choose the fill color. So click on the purple fill and then drag the scroll all the way to the end and then adjust the saturation so it will look more red. Alright, so once you're happy with it, we're gonna draw a rectangle. So at the moment we are at the select tool, so let's choose the rectangle tool. And then we're gonna draw a huge rectangle that's gonna cover half of the stage. Alright, so we're gonna adjust the size a little bit. So there you have it. Okay, so once you're happy with that, we're gonna draw the button. Okay, so select and click here and then click back on the rectangle tool and then let's make the button. Right, let's make it yellow. Okay, so once you're happy with it, let's click here. Alright, so let's adjust it all the way here. So we have it right there. So if you want to create a shadow, right, if you want to create a shadow, what you need to do is we're going to duplicate this. So how do we duplicate? So we click on this yellow rectangle right here and then we click copy. Make sure don't click this. Make sure it's still at convert bitmap. Okay, so let's copy and then we paste. So we have another duplicate right here. So we're gonna change the outline here to no color, and then the fill we're gonna change it to black, and then we're going to change it to black, and then we put it right behind the yellow button so it looks like a shadow. So how do we do that? So we click backward and there we have it. So it looks like a shadow behind the button. So let's click on the text we're gonna put here like, okay, according to the guide, it says drag a Pokemon to red mat and click this button. But let's make it shorter. I'm gonna give an example. Or we can just follow it. Okay, so click, drag a Pokemon, and click me. And click me. Okay, once you are happy with it, we can make it smaller. Then we can drag it here. So there, we have it. We have created the button. So we have the text, we have the button, and we have the shadow. So let's group it together. Okay? And before we group it together, so this costume, we're gonna name it as category. And then right click right here, and then we're gonna duplicate it. Later on, I'll tell you why. So let's go back here, and then we group it together. Click on the text, hold shift, click on the button and the shadow, and then click group. So you can group them together. So what will happen is it will move together. Alright, so let's move it here. Let's move it a little bit on the left. We're gonna do the same for here. Okay, so we're gonna remove the shadow for this one. Okay, so we're gonna delete this, and we're gonna change the fill color for the rectangle. Let's say it's gonna be green, and then we group them together. Here's the reason why, later I'll show you. So I'm gonna move them together. Okay, let's compare. Okay, so what is gonna happen is, let me code for you to see. So we're currently at costumes. Let's go back to code. So let's say when we're gonna choose when this sprite clicked, and then we're gonna choose looks. Okay, so it's gonna switch costume, all right, to category 2, and then wait 0.3 seconds, and then go back to looks and switch costume back to category. So what's gonna happen is that if you click on the button right here, it's gonna look like you just pressed in the button. Okay, but this is not necessary. If you want to have one costume, it's fine. So let's carry on, because we have already created this red mat and button. So we are going to name this sprite as category as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna import sprites. Okay, before that, I think you guys have seen my website. At the website, I already upload some pictures for you to do for assignment 2. This is assignment 1, so we're not gonna do that anymore. So we're gonna do assignment 2. So we're gonna download the resource pack for assignment 2. So click on the link. There are 5 pictures right here: Charmander, Gengar, Gumi, Gyarados, and Pikachu. So let's download it. So we're gonna download each one. Alright, so we have all of it right here. Okay? So all of it is in downloads. So let's go back to our Scratch program. And now we're gonna upload a sprite. Just now we draw a sprite. Now we're gonna upload. So move your mouse to the cat button, and you see this up arrow button. So we're gonna click this one. So now it's in Documents. Where did we download the pictures? It was in Downloads. So let's open it one by one. And we're gonna set Pikachu to 40, the size. And then we're gonna drag it and arrange it at the bottom. So let's click another one, upload sprite, do it like usual. Oops. Okay. And then Gengar, set it to 40. Then we arrange it. And then the last sprite we're gonna upload is Charmander. So open, set the size to 40. And then we arrange it right here. Okay, so we're gonna make it nice and neat. Okay, so let's go to each of the sprite. First, we're gonna click on Pikachu because we're gonna put the codes in Pikachu. So go to Events, click, choose when green flag click, go to Motions, choose Go to X, and we're gonna do the same thing. Okay, we're not gonna copy the codes because the X and Y coordinates are different for each sprite. So let's go here, green flag, motion, go to X. Now we're gonna go to Gengar, green flag click, motion, go to X and Y, Charmander, okay, motion, go to X and Y. Okay, so what is it gonna do? Why we have to set it the position like that? So let's say if I were to accidentally drag the Pikachu, you don't want to manually drag it. So what happens is when you click on the green flag, what will happen is everything will go back into place. Alright, so we're gonna do the same thing for the category sprite. So when green flag clicked, we're gonna set, go to X and Y, and then go to looks. We're gonna set, go to, okay, click on the drop down menu, it will go to the back. We don't want the red mat to go in front of the sprites, the Pokemon sprites, because the whole point is we want to drag the Pokemon on top of the red mat. Alright, so we're done here. What we're going to do is we're going to create 3 variables right here. Okay, the first variable, okay, you click on variables, click make a variable, and the variable is called name. Okay, choose for all sprites. Okay. The second variable is prediction. And then click OK. And then we make another one, and it's called Pokemon image data. Alright, so now you have all of the 3 variables. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set the variable, okay? See the set my variable to 0. We're not going to set it to 0. We're going to set it to null, okay? So make sure you're in category, not in any of the other sprites. So set my variable, let's change it to name. We're going to set it to null, meaning there is nothing. There's not supposed to be even a 0 over there. So the next one we're going to set is prediction. Prediction, we're going to set it to null as well. Alright, so uncheck the Pokemon image data in variables because we don't want to see it right here when we click on the green flag. So we uncheck it, the variable won't be seen right here, it will be hidden. Okay, so let's arrange everything right here. We can arrange the variables right here. So what happens when you click on the green flag? There won't be anything right here. Alright, the next thing we are going to do is, okay, we are going to create a broadcast right here. Alright, so the broadcast will be at events. Alright, so drag out when I receive message 1, and also let's see, you're gonna drag broadcast message 1. Alrighty, and then we're gonna click on set prediction. Okay, we're gonna keep this empty first, and then we're gonna drag out the variable Pokemon image data. Alright, so we're gonna create a new message right here. Click on the drop down right here. This message will be called category. So we're gonna change here as well. It'll be called category as well. Okay, so these are all the codes for the category sprite, okay? Make sure you don't click on the other sprite or the backdrops because the codes won't be in category, remember. Alright, so we're gonna create the codes for one of the Pokemon sprites. So let's click on Pikachu. Alright, so we're gonna move it here. Make sure you don't drag it all the way here. If you drag it all the way here, you're gonna delete everything. See? It's gone. So we're gonna Control Z so it will appear back again. Okay, so let's go to events. When I receive the category broadcast message, okay, so we're gonna go to control. We're gonna use an if else statement, okay, not if statement, if else. So drag it here, and then we're gonna choose that sensing because touching. Okay, we're gonna choose touching, and then we're gonna go to the drop down menu, touching category, because now we're doing a Pikachu sprite. So it's saying that if I receive the message called category and I'm also touching the category sprite, meaning if I drag it here, it will be touching the category sprite. Okay, let's set some variables. I'm gonna set Pokemon image data. So here's gonna be blank. And then we're gonna set name. Set name. Okay, so since we are in this Pokemon sprite right here, the name of this Pokemon is called Pikachu. All right, and then we're gonna set prediction. Okay, so we're gonna leave this empty first, because once we are in machine learning, there will be additional blocks. So we're gonna drag the Pokemon image data right here first, temporarily. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna go to motion, go to, okay, go to, we are going to set, all right, we're gonna set the position of the sprite when it's right here. When you drag it right here, it will when you receive the message, it will be right here. So let's say I'm gonna move it here. So the go-to would change the position. So let's choose this one, because when you move the sprite, automatically the go-to would change. So let's click this one, and then go to front layer. So we have to go to looks, go to front layer, and then broadcast. Broadcast is in events, broadcast category. Okay, else it will set the size. It will set the size to 35%. All right. Wait. Else it'll set the size to 40%. Sorry. Because it's the original size for this. And now we are also going to copy the codes for somewhere else. We are also gonna set these Pokemon sprites. We're gonna set this Pokemon sprite to draggable. So we're gonna go to sensing, set drag mode to draggable, and then we're gonna set size to 40%. All right, so there you have it. Okay, so once we are done, we can copy the codes right here. We're gonna duplicate it and bring it over to the other Pokemons. So how we do that is you click and you drag until one of the Pokemon is wiggling. Okay, I'm gonna drag it to Gyarados, and then I'm gonna drag this one right here to Gyarados as well. The one that is wiggling will have the codes, okay? And then I'm gonna drag this one into Gyarados as well. So what will happen is everything will be all in one place, so you need to arrange it. Okay, so this one is from Pikachu. So we're gonna drag this here, and then we're gonna delete this because this is from Pikachu, okay? If I were to follow this position, it will stack, the sprite will stack on top of Pikachu, so we don't want that. So we're gonna delete this part. So the name, now we are in Gyarados, okay, not in Pikachu anymore. So we're gonna change the name to Gyarados. And then the position will remain the same for all of the sprites, because once we drag here, we want it to actually stay in that same position when we click on this button. Okay, so we are gonna repeat the same step. For this, we're going to copy the code for Gumi, Gengar, and Charmander. And then we're going to arrange it so it's more legible. Okay, now we're going to do the last one, which is Charmander. Let's arrange it first. Okay, so then we're going to change the name. Remember to change the name. So let's go here, change the name, Gengar. This one would be Gumi. Okay, we are all done right here. Okay, so now we are going to save this project first. So save to your computer. We're gonna save it in documents. Okay, you need to find your name, remember. So let's click here. Double click on it so you will click inside. So the file name is going to be TE2 A1 Pokemon. Okay, make sure you save as S3 project, not anything else. So once you are done, click save. Alright, so that's about it. We will continue at part 2.